SFUSD, that's the place to be. SFUSD, bienvenidos a Tijuana. SFUSD, everyone come and see. SFUSD, join our family. S is for students, F for families too. U is for united, talking about me and you. S for solidarity, D is for diversity. SFUSD.
Hello, scientists. ¿Cómo están? How are you? That's great. It sounds like a lot of you are off to a good start today. Were any of you able to brainstorm or think of some animals and plants that you've seen outside of your home? Buenísimo. What did you write down or draw? Very cool. I wonder where each of their habitats were. I mean, I know they're in San Francisco, but I wonder where they are exactly, and what they are and why they chose those spots. So much to learn. Let's continue. Yesterday, I shared my question, how do habitats help living things meet their needs? And we learned that the word habitat meant, we learned what the word habitat meant. And we also observed some different kinds of habitats here in San Francisco. And I forgot to ask you yesterday, but do any of my scientists live near those types of habitats, or did you recognize any of them? Wow, so many of you do. That is really cool. That will provide you with many more opportunities to learn. So, I was able to do a lot of research yesterday on monarchs. I found a really good book on the Amplify site, and you can find that in your Clever page. And that helped me learn a little more about monarchs. Are you ready to hear what I learned? Oh, that's a good idea. We should take notes together. Do you have your science notebook and a pencil? Okay, well, go ahead and grab them, and then we'll get started. All right, well, I'm ready. So I'm gonna start by writing the date and the page number. February, that's an R. February 23rd, 2021. And this is page 19. Muy bien. What should our title be? That's a great idea. Habitats is a great title for this. We should write that, and also you should copy the question that we have. Let's get started so I can finally share my research. All right. H. Oh, it's right here, habitats. Habitats. I'm gonna underline it. All right, scientists. Let's start our exploration. What led this investigation was my curiosity into why butterflies moved so far to live in different habitats. I first found out that there's a special word for animals moving habitats. It's called migrate. Have any of you heard that word before? Hey, that's great. A lot of you knew that word. Well, many animals migrate to different habitats. Well, monarch butterflies migrate south to Mexico during the winter. Ooh, should we note that down, scientists? All right, let's write down, they migrate south. Get your pencil. Oh, we can't write they because we don't know we're writing about butterflies. But wow, one important thing to note. To understand why they didn't just stay in Mexico the whole time, I had to learn more about their life cycle. And luckily, I knew a lot about this from studying it with my past second grade classes. We learned that butterflies lay eggs under leaves, they hatch, and out come caterpillars, and then they eat a lot and get bigger, and then they eventually grow a chrysalis, and then they stay in here for a while, and then become butterflies. Ha! The special thing about monarchs is that they only lay their eggs on milkweed leaves, and the caterpillars will only eat the milkweed leaves. Why don't we draw the butterfly life cycle instead of writing it down? Awesome. Whew. So we're going to draw eggs under a leaf, a caterpillar, a chrysalis, and a butterfly. Let's go. I should use this black. I'm gonna trace everything. Oh, make sure to label your leaf milkweed leaf so that you can remember that. I forgot. All right, milkweed leaf. That way everybody knows. All right, so milkweed is a plant indigenous to North America, especially here in the United States. That means that it's from here and the habitat here is ideal for it. Wait a minute, I just said habitat. Ha! Well, I'll have to research why milkweed does really well here, but for now, I'll stay focused on the monarchs. I learned that milkweed does like to grow in warm places, much like monarchs. Oh, so maybe that's why they're connected to each other. All right, so we already knew that monarchs like warm places from earlier research, so I don't think we need to note that again. But I looked up the temperatures that butterflies survived and thrived in, and I found out that they prefer 60 degrees to high 70s. And I also looked up the average temperatures in Pacific Grove in the spring, all the way to fall, and then Oaxaca in the winter. And all temperatures fell within that range. We should write that down. What do you think? Ah, you're right. Let's make it a lot shorter. How about they like to live in places that are 60 to 70 degrees, and we can add like Pacific Grove and Oaxaca. All right, let's write that. All right, so now the most interesting thing I learned in my research was the Amplify book. I was reading that scientists in Mexico that had been keeping track of the butterfly population noticed less and less butterflies migrating to Oaxaca. They also noticed a lot of trees that they had lived on before had been cut down. So they planted more. But this didn't change anything. So, being scientists, they asked more questions and realized that here in the US, we had gotten rid of a lot of milkweed plants. And we would need to grow more milkweed plants in the warmer parts of the United States in order to help out the monarchs. Maybe we should all learn more about monarchs and other animals to see how we can help out with this. Well, scientists, that's all the research that I had prepared, so let's reread our notes. How do habitats help living things meet their needs? And we learned about migrate, which means moving to a new habitat. We have butterflies migrate south. They start as eggs, then become caterpillar, then form a chrysalis, and then become butterflies, and it starts over. And monarchs only lay their eggs on milkweed leaves. And we also noted they like 60 to high 70 degrees, like Pacific Grove and Oaxaca. All right, muy buen trabajo, great job. I learned a lot today about migration, monarchs, and habitats. What is something new that you learned? Great, I'm glad that that stuck with you. You know what I just realized? Monarchs had to change their habitats because their habitats changed. It wasn't meeting their needs anymore. I wonder if any other animals or living things change their habitats when it doesn't meet their needs. I'm sure we'll learn soon enough. Well, scientists, enjoy the rest of the episode. Mañana, I want us to explore more plant habitats a little more. I'm so excited. I'm very curious about them. So, nos vemos entonces. See you then.
Hi, everybody. My name is Ms. G, and I'm an art teacher and an artist just like you. Isn't it neat how nature uses art, line, shape, and color to create its designs? These designs have a purpose. They help nature survive and thrive, live and grow. Have you ever looked at an insect closely? They sure are creative. Look at the lines and shapes and colors on these insects. What types of shapes do you see? I see circles and triangles and rectangles. I also see curvy lines and diagonal lines, thick and thin lines. And how about these colors? Greens and blues and reds and browns. Nature sure is creative. Nature also has a great imagination. Nature creates different tools like many eyes or wings or different types of hairs so that it can see, hear, feel, and taste, so that it can survive and thrive, so that it can live and grow. Could you use your creativity, your art and imagination to design and create a new insect or animal for nature? How can you use line, shape, and color to communicate your idea? Today, I'm going to use the inspiration I collected from looking closely at nature to design my own imagined insect. I'm going to create something new for nature. I'm going to think about how I can use colors that blend into or hide in natural environments. I'm going to add wings to help it fly to different places and quickly escape predators. I'm going to add big eyes to help it see details clearly. And I'm going to add spikes to its legs and feet so that it can grip onto slippery surfaces. And I'm going to add a long mouth to help it get its food from the inside of the flower. What will you create for nature? What might you name your insect or animal? How does your imagined creature survive and thrive in nature? My imagined insect's name is the Baylander buzzer. The Baylander buzzer survives and thrives in nature by eating nutrients from the inside of flowers. These flowers grow in the grasses by the ocean off of San Francisco Bay. The Baylander buzzard has colors on its body that help it blend into the greens of the grasses and the blues of the ocean. What a beautiful place to survive and thrive. Could you share your art, your imaginary creature with someone in your life? Could you teach someone how to look closely at nature, gather inspiration, use their own imagination to create an insect or animal of their own? We at SF Loves Learning love to see what you've created. You can share your art with us by following the link to our website or by taking a picture of the QR code. Doesn't nature make some smart art? I had such a great time with you today exploring how nature uses line, shape, and color to create insects and animals that can survive and thrive, live and grow in their environment. Now, let's go make some more art.
Greetings, students and families. My name is Letitia Irving. I work for the San Francisco Unified School District's African American Parent Advisory Council. I am also the mother of an 11th grade student in our district. Today, it is my absolute pleasure to share with you my favorite book of all time, Something Beautiful. Something Beautiful was written by Sharon Dennis Wyeth and illustrated by Chris Sonpe. We are so grateful to Ms. Wyeth for giving us permission to read this book on air with all of you today. I'm also joined by this guy. This is Shaggy. I think Shaggy wants to read Something Beautiful too because he keeps circling around me. So let's go ahead and get started. When I look through my window, I see a brick wall. There's trash in the courtyard and a broken bottle that looks like fallen stars. There is writing on the halls of my building, and on the front door, someone put the word die. Where I walk, I pass a lady whose home is a big cardboard carton. She sleeps on the sidewalk, wrapped in plastic. I run past a dark alley where Mommy told me I must never stop. Behind the fence, there is a garden without any flowers. Mommy says that everyone should have something beautiful. Where's my something beautiful? Beautiful. The teacher taught me the word in school. I wrote it in my book. Beautiful. Beautiful. I think it means something that when you have it, your heart is happy. I go to Miss Delphine's diner. "Hi there, Sugar Pie," says Miss Delphine. "What are you up to?" "I'm looking for something beautiful," I tell her. "Sit down for a minute," she says as she goes to the grill. She puts on fish. The fish sizzles. Miss Delphine makes it into a sandwich. "There is nothing more beautiful tasting than my fried fish sandwich," she says. My teeth sink in. This is good. When I go back outside, I see some of my friends. "Do you all have something beautiful?" I ask them. "I have my jump rope," says Sybil. "I have my beads," says Rebecca. "Check out my new shoes," says Jamal. "My fruit store is one beautiful store," says Mr. Lee. "You do have nice apples," I say. "Thank you," says Mr. Lee. "Take one." "Watch my moves," says Mark, playing ball in the playground. "Hear my sound," says Georgina, dancing on the sidewalk. "Touch this smooth stone," says old Mr. Sims, sitting on his front steps. All of these years, I've carried it in my pocket. Through a big window in the laundrette, I see Aunt Carolyn holding baby Carl. "And where are you off to, little miss?" she asks me. "I'm looking for something beautiful," I say. She hands me Carl and folds up the clothes. I tickle Carl and he giggles. He makes me giggle too. "My baby's laugh is something beautiful," she says. I go back home and sit on my stoop. I look at the trash in my courtyard and I see the word "die" on my door. I go upstairs. I get a broom and a sponge and some water. I pick up the trash. I sweep up the glass. I scrub the door very hard. When dye disappears, I feel powerful. Someday, I'll plant flowers in my courtyard and I'll invite all of my friends to see. I will give a real home and a real bed to the lady who sleeps in the cardboard carton. She will sing and I will hear her song. Mommy comes home from work. She gives me a great big hug. "Do you have something beautiful?" I ask her. "Of course," she says. "I have you." This is my absolute favorite book because it reminds me that no matter where I am in the world, what's going on around me, that there is always something beautiful. I have the power to create something beautiful. So I ask all of you to go look out the window, step outside, look around your home, and find your something beautiful. It can be anything. And if you don't see it, you can create it. I'd like to also take this time to wish you all a very, very happy Black History Month. I want to remind you that Black history is to be celebrated every single day, as with all of our histories. It's important that we show who we are and what we represent so the world can also join in our something beautiful. I want to say goodbye, and let's let Shaggy say goodbye. Bye. Enjoy.
Hi everyone, I'm Miss Jyoti.
Hi everyone, and I'm Mr. Bongo.
And we're from San Francisco Ballet's Dance in Schools and Communities program.
And today we are going to talk about the nomadic people. What is a nomad? A nomads are the people who move from places to places as needed. Example, for water, for food, or for place to live. So today I'm going to teach you guys about the nomad people of Africa. They're called Fulani. The Fulani tribe are known for that all over in Africa, and you can find them in any country in Africa. Okay? So I have some very special material that's from the Fulani tribe of Africa. So first, I'm going to show you guys a fabric called lepi. Lepi is made of the indigo to create this beautiful pattern of color with blue and black. Okay? And I can get it too close so you can see how it look like. And it's made of a hand. The second one is the calabash or the gourd or calabaza in Spanish. I remember you guys seeing me playing a lot of instruments with the made of calabash. But in this case, the Fulanis use the calabash or the gourd to keep their food safe or to keep their milk safe. Okay? Since we are learning about the nomad people of Africa, the Fulani do have a dance that we use every time. It's called Fulefare. Fulefare means Fulani dance. Okay? Let's go.
So as Mr. Bongo mentioned, we're going to do a dance called Fulafare. And I've been very lucky to learn this dance from many of my teachers, including Alseni Suma, Yusuf Kumbasa, and Mustafa Bangura. So I'm going to teach you some of the steps that I've learned. Are you ready to dance with me? Okay, our first step, we're going to open our arms and our feet, and then we're going to bring them together. And we're going to open and bring together. And we're going to move side to side, like this. Can you do it with me? Wonderful. Let's try it with music. Let's clap. Ready? Here we go. Wonderful. Now you might be wondering, how do we know when to start and stop? Mr. Bongo, can you share that with us?
Yes. So this is called the break. As usually we tell you guys. It tell you when to start, change, and stop. In this case, it sounds like this.
Let's clap that with Mr. Bongo. Here we go. Now repeat. You go. One more time. You can see we're going to start the step here. And then when we hear Mr. Bongo play the break, we're going to repeat it after him. Beep, 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 beep. I'm going to show you one more step. You're going to step your feet like this, and your arms are going to move in circles, like this. Okay, so we go step, 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 while our arms move in circles. So normally, we would do this step like this. But because we have a short time today, I'm going to show you a simpler version, like this. And when we finish, and we hear the signal from Mr. Bongo, we're going to clap the break again. Let's try it. Here we go. And clap. you ready? Let's go. Here we go. Now clap. Next set. And we finish. Amazing! Thank you so much for dancing with us. And now we know we can be creative. We'll see you next time. Bye.
Did you know that at 6, children do more and more reading? You can help your child become a confident reader by giving them lots of chances to sound out short words. At the store or in your kitchen, ask your child to help you by reading labels. Can they sound out the word milk on the carton of milk and jam on the jar of jam? Keep sounding out short words. Give your child the chance to write some of these words as you make the grocery list. Can they write MILK?
Hello, I'm Superintendent Dr. Vincent Matthews of the San Francisco Unified School District. It made me so happy to spend time with you today, and I hope you had fun too.
What did you make on the show today? Submit your content here using the QR code or go to bit.ly/SFUSD, yes, YES, and watch all of our episodes at sfusd.edu/SF loves learning.
And now it's time to say goodbye. So let's sing our goodbye song. For this song, you have to use your whole body. Will you sing it with me? Wave high, wave low. For now, it's time to go. Wave your elbows, wave your toes, wave your tongue, and wave your nose. Wave your knees, wave your lips. Blow a kiss with your fingertips. Wave your ears, wave your hair, wave your belly, and wave your derriere. Wave your chin, wave your eye. For now it's time to say goodbye. Bye-bye.
SFUSD, that's the place to be. SFUSD, bienvenidos a ti, Juan Ying. SFUSD, everyone come and see. SFUSD, join our family.